Good morning. This is OpenSnow Meteorologist Alan Smith with your mountain weather forecast for Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. The past weekend was a tough one across the Southwest as a fast moving wildfire destroyed the historic Grand Canyon Lodge on the North Rim, along with 50 to 80 other buildings. Fortunately, everyone in the area was evacuated well ahead of time, but this is still a devastating loss for the community. This image is from a webcam from the Grand Canyon South Rim last weekend, looking toward the North Rim where heavy smoke from this fire could be seen. The Grand Canyon North Rim fire, dubbed the Dragon Bravo fire, has burned nearly 6,000 acres as of Monday evening and is 0% contained with active fire behavior continuing. All areas and trails around the North Rim are currently closed. Numerous other large wildfires have been burning across southern Utah and western Colorado. This 3D map view shows the Deer Creek Fire in the La Salle Mountains southeast of Moab. As of Tuesday morning, this fire has consumed 11,000 acres and is only 7% contained. As a reminder, OpenSnow All Access users can view the active fire maps across North America. This map shows the latest fire perimeters, detailed fire information, and satellite detected hotspots. To view these maps on the OpenSnow app, first tap on the Maps tab, then tap on the Overlays bar at the bottom and select the Active Fires layer. We also have high-resolution smoke forecast maps that cover the next 2 days. The current smoke forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday shows widespread smoke transport across the southwest, which will likely impact visibility and air quality in some areas. Further north, a handful of larger fires are also burning across the northwest, with localized impacts to air quality possible at times. Next, let's dive into the thunderstorm and rainfall outlook for the western U.S. A more active week is expected for much of the West this week after a relatively quiet pattern last week. A trough moving across the Northern Rockies is bringing Pacific moisture to parts of Montana and Wyoming, with an uptick in rain and thunderstorms, while monsoonal moisture is increasing across the Southwest, with a steady increase in thunderstorms and locally heavy rains expected as the week progresses. If the rain falls in the right areas, we could potentially see some wildfire relief. But on the flip side, fire burn scars are also highly susceptible to flooding. On Tuesday, widespread showers and thunderstorms can be expected across Montana and northern Wyoming in association with the Northern Rockies trough. Some higher elevation areas in Montana could see an inch or more of rain, which is always welcome at this time of year, while thunderstorm potential will be greatest near the Montana-Wyoming border region. The uptick in monsoonal moisture will be most noticeable over southern Arizona and southwest New Mexico on Tuesday. Stronger storms in these areas will be capable of producing heavy rain, along with possible flash flooding and dry washes and recent fire burn scars. Limited levels of monsoonal moisture will also start to stream northward, leading to isolated to scattered thunderstorms across the Great Basin and Central Rockies. Storms in the yellow shaded areas will generally produce light to moderate rain. Fire danger will also be higher across these regions due to the potential for dry thunderstorms, which can produce frequent lightning, strong winds, and limited rainfall, which increases the potential for lightning triggered wildfires. On Wednesday, a cold front will slide into the northern and eastern Colorado and eventually New Mexico, with moisture increasing along and east of the Continental Divide. This will lead to an uptick in thunderstorms across the eastern ranges of the Rockies, from southern Montana to New Mexico, with heavy rain possible. Monsoonal moisture will continue to increase west of the divide across New Mexico and Arizona, with more numerous thunderstorms expected, some of which will produce heavy rain with the risk of flash flooding. Scattered thunderstorms can be expected across the Central Rockies, Great Basin, and Southern California mountains. Localized downpours are possible in these regions, but some storms will only produce light rains and strong winds, which could exacerbate ongoing wildfires and increase the potential for new fires. On Thursday, monsoonal moisture will increase across northern Arizona and New Mexico and southern Utah and Colorado, with the highest thunderstorm coverage expected south of I-70. Storms have the potential to produce heavy rainfall across these regions, with an increased risk of flash flooding in slot canyons, dry washes, and recent fire burn scars. A noticeable uptick in lightning activity is also expected across the San Juans and Elks in western Colorado compared to prior days. Elsewhere across the West, thunderstorm coverage will be more isolated to scattered in nature, though Glacier National Park could see higher coverage of showers and thunderstorms as the trough passes across the Northern Rockies. Modest thunderstorm coverage is also possible over the northern Colorado Front Range and the Uinta Range in Utah. On Friday, two low pressure areas over the southwest will continue to funnel monsoonal moisture into the southwest, with thunderstorm coverage favoring the Four Corners region, as well as the mountains around Vegas and into Southern California. Heavy rainfall will be possible throughout these regions, along with the risk of flash flooding in vulnerable terrain. Thunderstorm coverage will be more isolated across the Northern Rockies, though the easternmost ranges of Montana and Wyoming could see greater thunderstorm coverage as a cold front moves through. On Saturday, another active day is expected across the Southwest and Southern Rockies, with thunderstorms and heavy rainfall potentially favoring northern Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. A relative uptick in coverage is also expected across northern portions of the Great Basin and Northern Rockies, with isolated to scattered thunderstorms. These areas will likely see a mix of wet and dry thunderstorms, with stronger storms capable of heavy downpours. Early next week, a trough is expected to move across the Northwest and Northern Rockies, with showers and thunderstorms possible across Washington, northern Idaho, and Montana. However, dry westerly winds on the southern fringe of the trough are expected to weaken the monsoon, with decreasing moisture levels across the Southwest and Central Rockies. While daily rounds of thunderstorms are still possible in these regions, coverage and rainfall amounts are expected to be lighter compared to this week, with NOAA's 6 to 10 day outlook favoring below normal rainfall from July 20th to 24th. NOAA's 8 to 14 day outlook from July 22nd to 28th also favors below normal precipitation across the Southwest and most of the Rockies, as the monsoon looks to remain weaker than normal for late July. The far northwest U.S. is slightly favored for above normal rain chances by late July standards, as disturbances may continue to track across the U.S.-Canada border region. Taking a closer look at the European ensemble model for precipitable water anomalies, which is a measure of water vapor in the atmosphere compared to normal, dry signals are showing up over much of the Southwest, especially in Arizona and Utah, around July 25th, while Colorado, New Mexico, and eastern Wyoming could see better moisture and higher thunderstorm coverage, especially east of the Continental Divide. Looking further out, we are seeing signs that monsoonal moisture could increase during the final few days of July across the Southwest and the Rockies, potentially leading to an uptick in thunderstorms and rain potential. This image is a projection for July 29th, which is 2 weeks away, so confidence is low this far out, but it will be something to keep an eye on moving forward. For more detailed weather information in your local area or outdoor destination, be sure to download the OpenSnow app, where you can view hourly forecasts out to 10 days for any location and elevation in the world, along with numerous high-resolution weather maps, including maps for lightning risk, hail size, current and forecast radar, wildfire smoke, and air quality. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to our channel for more weather videos, including mountain weather forecast, severe weather forecast, powder forecast, and more.